Welcome to the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast. You are now part of a small underground movement of dent technicians from all over the world. We are on a mission to change our industry with innovation, intelligence, and skill. But because we don't rely on an insurance company to steer customers our way, we need to do things different. We need to do things smarter. We do that through a network of technicians that we call the Tactical Tech Movement. Now let's get this revolution started.
Hey, what's up, everybody? John Hiley here, and Angela Hiley here with the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, guys, this is like the night before our episode releases tomorrow morning. So we have all been kind of under the weather, to say the least.
We've been sick as hell.
Well, I've been sick. You know, they've been much sicker than I've been.
John's been sick too. We've all had the flu.
Mm-hmm. And it's only taken me like 3 or 4 days to get over.
No, you're still sick.
Yeah, but technically it really didn't amp up until yesterday. And then now I'm already on the decline.
That means it hit its peak. And then
Right.
now, but that's what happens anytime you have a cold or the flu. Within 3 to 4 days, you hit your peak. And then after that, it starts getting better.
And I'm going to tell you guys what it is, okay? Like, I have literally, through this year, with this woman right here, walked through the valley of the shadow of sickness. And
so fucked up.
and like literally, like right before the Mobile Tech Expo, I was like, oh my God. Like, she's waking up in the middle of the night and she was having some really bad, like, sneezing attacks, and I was like being showered with it, you know? And then
We're not being showered with it.
And then I would walk into the bathroom and she would brush her teeth and her toothbrush would be like laying
Oh my God.
Like it'd be like laying on mine, like juicing it up, you know, for me to brush my teeth. I'm
This
like,
winter has not been the nicest to me. I have never been this sick. The last time I was ever this sick was probably like 3 or 4 years ago, like I've said previously.
Yeah.
So it's not like Angie gets sick all the time.
So it's like right before the Mobile Tech Expo, though. So like I'm sitting here like meditating, healthy, wealthy, strong, healthy, wealthy, strong, like all the time, right? Because people don't realize, like, if you say I'm not getting sick, all your subconscious actually hears is the negative. So if you try to like wane your mental state and you want to try to not get sick, you got to focus on whatever's positive instead of the negative, because your subconscious only hears the negative, okay? Some shit I learned from that neuroscience crap.
Well, I did that, and the stupid thing still got a hold of me.
You give in a little early. I just taught you that recently.
I already knew that.
But I'm going to tell you guys my other secret is my chiropractor gave me this stuff called Immunoplex Conjuplex, which is like basically like an herbal thing. And I've been taking that stuff. It is not like you're not immune to it, you know what I mean? Like, obviously I got hit with the flu, but I'm here to tell you my cough is a lot less worse than these two. A lot less worse.
My cough's not that bad.
She just coughed right there.
I know, but it's not as bad as what it was.
And way, like, Jonathan's cough was way, way worse. He was out of school for, like, days upon end. And I'm sailing through this thing pretty damn good. Now, and that little mix of Conjuplex, Immunoplex, in the night, I don't care what y'all say about this medically, I say take some shots of rum or some sort of liquor. Because every time you take a shot of it, you will, basically the pain will start to disappear from your body.
No, I don't want to do that. Hence,
while I'm drinking a rum and coke from our boy Derek Yost.
Well, you just go on with your bad self.
Guys, remember that though, Conjuplex, Immunoplex, and you take 3 capsules of one and then 2 capsules of the other twice a day. And if you actually do get something, then you amp it up to, like, I don't know, I take like 5 doses a day.
Well, I'll be good by Saturday because that's my birthday.
I'll be good by midday tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
And I got it later.
Nah, you still need a couple days.
Speaking of that, why don't you tell them what... Wait. I'm going to tell them something first, okay?
About my birthday on Saturday?
Well, yeah, we're going to talk about that, but I just want to tell them about what we scored for the Mega Media event. Is that okay?
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
I got to get it out of the way. I can't forget it, right? So all of you wonderful attendees that I know are coming to the Mega Media event, And if you're not, we got 11 tickets available. And guess what? I'm about to start pushing this stuff hard, and so hard that it's gonna sell out in no time. So look, we actually got $20,000 in tool giveaways for the attendees. Okay, now these events are not giant, so there's not like 100 people there, right? We cannot like physically do photography and do the video and all that stuff yet for 100 people. But it's going to be, it's going to be a smaller pocket of people. And literally, we're talking about $20,000 in tool giveaways. And I'll tell you how I scored that real quick. We offered the tool companies the opportunity to have their tools videoed and photographed during the event. So that's a win-win situation. Everybody who attends has a huge chance of winning tools. Like some tool packages that are more than the cost of the event. These are all giant packages. I actually structured it so if the tool company gave $2,000 or more worth of tools, that we would do a video shoot and a photo shoot on their tools. Ooh. And we would also send out some private emails letting people know that they're involved. Mm-hmm. So that's using your noggin right there. So I'm going to get everybody hooked up that comes to that event. We were going to sell out anyway, but we just thought this would be a bonus, and we're going to have a chance to go live on Facebook and give away all these awesome tools. Mm-hmm. If you guys have not reserved your ticket, I'm telling you, I'm saying this tonight, tomorrow shit is about to catch on fire. Right after you guys hear this podcast, things are about to catch on fire. And
they better get on it.
Get your ticket. Look, it's a little over 30 days, so you can still get good airfare. And if you're local to Arlington, Texas, dude, drive out there, man. We will change your business.
Change your business.
We will change your business.
We will change your life.
We just had a testimonial, honey, that you were almost like in tears over. Look, she's getting quiet. She doesn't want to talk about it because she knows she'll get in tears again. That was Patrick's testimonial.
I'm an emotional woman.
Yep, that was Patrick's Patrick is a wonderful guy, big time introvert. Basically meaning he does not like to crowds. He doesn't like any of that stuff, right? He was at our Dents for Kids, but he was also at our previous Mega Media event. Mm-hmm. He's also a previous student of mine. He lives right here in the Cincinnati area. And the dude went to the event, practically invested all of his money in this event, right? And got back. And, of course, Ohio, it's wintertime, all that stuff. And you're thinking, gosh, how do I get my phone ringing, Made a couple moves, did some things we taught him, used the connections that we gave him in that event. Used them connections that we gave him, and is on fire now. Mm-hmm. Phone is ringing off the hook. Business is changing. Life is becoming much better again. Mm-hmm. And Patrick contributed that to the event. And he contributed that to, just my mentorship early on. And he was always trying to, always afraid he was going to give up. And it seemed like I always called him at the right time. So I just love it. Another success story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So, honey, as we move on, mm-hmm. Why don't you tell us what we did this week?
We did that photo shoot.
Yeah, boy.
And of course, John Hiley was a natural. And me, I was like a deer caught in headlights. Straight up. Like the most simplest poses that I'm so can do without a problem. I'm standing there dirt. I don't know how to cross my hands.
Yeah.
Give me a serious look. Okay, that's serious. One eye looks good, but can you make the other one? I'm just like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to control this other eye when I have no...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but the dude was super cool. He was
extremely nice.
His name is Nick Fashner. Is that it?
That was Francher or something.
Francher, Nick
Francher.
Yeah, so the dude has shot photos on Courtney Love. He shot photos on Kevin Hart, mm-hmm. and just a lot of his photos are different, y'all. like way, way different. He uses this technique where like he hits strobes on you, but at the same time he'll use like a projector and project like images on you and then throw strobes behind it to like wash out the background, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And he's a cool dude. His style is like dope. And we drove to Columbus.
Yeah, John decided that he needed to drive the dually up there, and I'm like, we're gonna be driving this downtown Columbus. I'm like, man, we should be driving my car.
Man, that dually, I got that thing around Columbus, no problem at all.
God, you have me sweating, and I was like having anxiety because we get in these tight little. Oh, good.
I'm telling you that most women, and maybe this is just her, I don't know. But you guys tell me, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think most women don't have, like, depth perception.
I don't.
Like, there could be a car, I want to say 80 feet away, and she will not pull out in front of it.
Uh-huh. Yes, I will.
No, you will wait for a car that's, like, down the road.
If I'm feeling ballsy, I will.
Yeah, there could be one, like, way...
I'm a very cautious driver.
It's like...
I'm cautious.
You drive like an old person.
So there ain't nothing wrong with that. I have no problem admitting to it.
How am I? Am I a cautious driver?
No.
Never been in an accident. Ding, ding, ding. Hold on, are you guys going to hear this? Is that knock on wood? All right.
Now you got Lily growling because she thinks
somebody's knocking at the door.
Yeah.
Lily, quit.
She's like, what the fuck is going on?
So, like, yeah, I found a good parking spot for the dually.
Yeah, you did.
You know, a man just doesn't like to leave behind his 3,500 dually.
You're like obsessed with that damn truck.
With a 7-inch lift.
I don't know, I'm surprised I haven't seen you out there humping it yet.
I do it when I'm alone.
Marking your territory.
A little bump and grind.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah. So I think the photos are going to come out crazy. Like, I got these photos of me. You know, of course.
John was, like, ripping his shirt off, throwing it. He's like, yeah, I'm a bad motherfucker. Flexing his muscles, making his boobies bounce up and down.
Hey, you know, when in Rome. I mean, come on.
And I'm standing there like, I don't know what the fuck to do with myself.
Like, he got these pictures of me, though, that's, like, got this, like, red. All I can explain is, like, red, like, lightning pattern all over me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really lightning. It's more of, like...
It kind of reminds you of, like, thorns from like, a rose bush.
Yeah, like these like red thorn patterns.
Yeah,
And it's almost like I'm so dark that you can barely see me, and then the background is, like, lit just a little bit.
It's phenomenal.
The dude has a style that is not... It's not duplicated, like...
No.
And the coolest thing is that he does all this with, like, very minimal equipment, and he teaches that, so he travels around to, like, Germany.
Yeah, and he just got back from Dubai.
Yeah, I went to damn Dubai and was doing a photo shoot.
Yeah, he's taking pictures out there in the desert and stuff like that of the people that were attending the classes out there.
Yeah.
That would have been so sweet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he's like an educator, you know, in his genre. But, like... I don't know, like, you know somebody when you roll up on him and you're in there, and when you see him working, you notice that he lost himself in the job, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And,
like, you can see that when somebody's really connected with their passion, and they're really connected with, like, what they do, and you know it was, like, what they were meant to do.
Yeah. You
can tell that right off the bat, because dude is, like, falling into his work, and... You know, I think a lot of us dent guys are like that. Some of us aren't, you know, but a lot are. And you can kind of like, when you fall into your work, it basically like, you know, back in the old school, the Hail Tech days and all that stuff, you'd call that getting in the groove. Okay? Now, what that meant was getting in the groove was that you lost yourself in your work and you became part of it, like one with it. And then above and beyond that, when you lose yourself in something, it's almost like you ever watched a movie and it was so good that you just fell into it and you forgot about all your problems, anything that was going on around you. You didn't really feel your environment, but you were in the movie.
You felt in sync.
Right. That's what happens when you're in your passion and you're in your love. And me so much, you know, so much for me. Like, for me, honestly, it's like internet stuff. Like,
Oh, you were so in your element when he was taking photos of you. When he had the red, like, design thing going on. I was laughing, and Nick was just like, you can't be laughing at him. You're going to get him out of...
Character?
And I'm like, nah.
Shit.
I'm like,
I'm used to it.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, he had me doing a war cry pose.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think the photos are going to be crazy. They're going to be unique, like nothing you've ever seen. Mm-hmm. None of it's photoshopped. It's like, shot right there with all the lighting and all that stuff.
Yeah. It was fun. It was definitely fun. It was definitely something of me stepping out of my comfort zone. God, the first time when he was standing up there, I, like, full blow, like, broke out into, like, the biggest sweat ever because I was, like, nervous. And he's like, just cross your arms naturally. And I'm like, I couldn't do it, remember?
Yeah, right.
I couldn't do it. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what, though?
But I did it, though.
Yep.
I stepped out of my comfort zone.
She was wearing the tiniest skirt that I've ever seen her in.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
She bent over in front of me. She's like, can you see up my skirt? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like,
ass cheeks are hanging out.
I'm like, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no shame in my game.
No, you loved every bit of the outfit. You were all down for that.
Yeah.
The outfit was on point.
Yeah, it was. What did I wear again? A tactical shirt.
Yeah, some shorts.
She talked me into wearing, like, I would never wear a pair of black boots with shorts.
But it went with, like, what we were trying to achieve.
I gotta agree with you. I was trying to pull off some Jordans.
It wasn't gonna look right. It wasn't gonna look rugged or edgy enough.
Yeah. So, and believe it or not, I was wearing some, all you old school folks might remember them Doc Martens. That was my era, and I grew up on.
A lot of people still wear them things.
Yeah, I didn't even realize I bought a brand new pair of black ones, and I don't even think I've ever worn them.
Nope.
Like, you could go through my shoe closet, and you could find multiple brand new pairs, and they're just stuck in there somewhere.
Some of them are ugly, though. You got some ugly tennis shoes.
But you pull them out, and you're like, fuck. I don't even remember buying, I remember buying these, but I forgot that I had them.
And I was like, what the fuck did you buy them for? It's ugly looking. Ugly as hell.
I got some vintage, retro Jordans, different retro Jordans.
Some of them are okay.
Yeah.
One
Them
pair
flu games
like,
I have are good, are nice, real nice.
Yeah, but you have a pair that look like moon shoes.
Oh, yeah, them old school Jordans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to pull them off one time.
Yeah, like that does not look right. Mm-hmm. A 37-year-old man does not need to be wearing them tennis shoes. Oh,
man, hey, if Cole Fox can rock Jordans, then so can I.
I've never seen him wear a pair of them moon shoes, the ones you have upstairs.
Cole Fox was rocking them, almost them same Jordans, but a different color, at his photo shoot.
Oh, really? I wasn't paying any attention.
He pimps them pretty good, though. Cole's a big dude.
I know. Yeah,
Cole's like 6'4", 6'5", maybe.
He's kind of scary if you don't know him.
Yeah, you know what? Cole is such a really, really good dude, But yeah, if you first met him, like he ain't gonna like warm up to you right away,
No.
And that's rightfully so, man. Like,
I was like scared of him, and I normally don't get scared of a lot of people, but I was just like,
I'll be honest with you, like I don't respect people that like blow people right off the bat. You know what I mean? And I don't care what y'all say, you guys don't respect it either. You know what I mean? The only reason somebody'd respect it is because they do it, and I doubt that you do it if you're listening to this podcast.
No. I'm not big on ass kissers. I can't stand that.
You can tell, too. There's like a feeling,
Yeah. There's a difference about when you're giving somebody a compliment compared to somebody, like, kissing your ass.
You know what Napoleon Hill called that? Napoleon Hill is a original, an OG. The very first success, he called that cheap flattery. And he said cheap flattery is one of the most despicable things, because even though the person receiving it might receive it, or if they're like me, they'll be like, fuck off, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't receive, like, cheap, weird flat. You can tell. You can tell when somebody's trying to flatter you for a purpose. Okay? rather than just being cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference there. You can tell it, guys. Just use your senses when you talk to people, right? And when somebody tries to cheap flatter you, you just like... But, you know, some people fall into it. But from the outsiders looking in, they're all like, everybody knows.
Yeah.
You know? And now we're in a world where that shit happens on the internet.
I know.
And on the internet, it's even worse.
I know. I'm
because
just like, oh my
they have,
God.
yeah, these guys have no idea like what it takes to get a legitimate compliment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like, I'm not going to be a person that's going to compliment a lot of people. Like, you know why? Because I want my compliment to be real, and I want it to be heartfelt. Okay.
I only compliment the people I like.
Like, yeah, right. But it's got to be, for me, it's got to be heartfelt. Like, if my heart, like, for some reason, if I'm looking at something and I see something, if my heart does not tug me to do it and say, wow, you know, if I don't legitimately feel blown away to make that compliment. And honestly, like one of the ones that recently happened was Jay Gearhart. And, yeah, I'm going to tell you something. Like, I don't know if you guys seen some of Jay's videos or, you know, if you guys ever seen his.
I like him.
The guy's hilarious. And, you know, when I was at the Mobile Tech Expo, I remember him being like several of the guys that I met, including a lot of y'all who listened to the podcast who came up, you know, to our booth. But like it literally felt like running into a best friend from the past.
Yeah.
And I've never met the dude. And we looked at each other, and immediately it was like, bam, like, you know, what the fuck is up, man?
Yeah.
And I think I had to write a compliment about that because, you know, there's not a lot of people that I feel that way about.
Yeah.
You know?
You're getting me all teary-eyed. Damn it, John.
You know, but it's like, you can tell, you know what I mean? Like, you can tell when you run into somebody who's just real as fuck.
Yeah. Or maybe
you can
feel
tell
like
when you run into somebody and they're fake as fuck.
Yeah. Maybe like when you ran into him, maybe you guys have kind of been like on the same side of the tracks before, you know?
Every person that I've ever known and dealt with in the past that was fake as fuck, they only wanted to deal with me for one reason. And that was so that I could help influence whatever they had going on. You know what I mean?
They were using you for their benefit.
I could somehow help them in some way to pursue some sort of mission that they were on, per se.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're, you know, honestly, like it comes from people that are a little bit, you know, higher up. And a lot of times they think they're better than everybody beneath them. And that is my first cue to basically say, fuck you. And move on.
Deuces.
Yo, I don't play that, man. We all, look, I had my struggles, and I'm lucky to have gotten through them.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to be sitting here. I'm not going to say lucky, but I'm very fortunate that I learned and applied the things that I learned to be here today, to basically sit here and watch some cake eater stand back and look at people who may have not had the opportunities that they had and judge them as some sort of lower being or something like that, man. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's why today I declare myself the people's champ.
The people's champ?
The people's champ.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
And all of you Tactical Tech listeners, I want to throw the sword on you and declare you the people's champ.
They're the sword on him.
Yeah. You know, put that sword, like do that thing where you put the sword on their neck. You know, like,
that's not throwing it. You mean you doing like this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the deal.
Isn't that like you're knighting somebody?
Right. But here's the deal. You get to knight me first because you're a listener to my podcast.
Yeah.
That's the deal.
Power to the people.
I love it. You know? I've never been interested in some title.
No, me either.
I can't stand that shit.
Nah. Me either.
I've heard of there was one dude. Who was he? Who was Barack Obama's vice president? I fucking remember who he is. Joe Biden, right?
Yeah, Joe Biden.
Yeah, there was something going on where
Hi Joe or something?
No.
Biden.
No, like
was this during the election or after? It was just
he would literally get mail coming to his home. that said, like, Senator Biden.
Yeah.
And because of that, his wife went back to school to get her doctorate degree just so she could have mail coming in that said Dr. Biden.
For herself?
Yes.
Oh, so that way she felt more important than him, or she felt like...
As important as him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, what the fuck do
But
you...
then maybe he wasn't making his wife feel appreciative.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Wonder if he held something over her head like, oh, I'm this person. And then she's like, fuck you, mister. I'm going out and I'm going to be doing me.
Hey, look, birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like, anybody who puts herself in a situation where you have to let the world define you to understand who you are, you're probably in fucking some sort of weird state of mind.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
You know, that's a funny thing. Like, if somebody, like, I was talking to her earlier about this, and the one thing that you can omit about me is that there's things that can be done to me. Like, okay, so let's say I got a competitor and they make some big move on me, right? And it appears they're on top for the moment. Would that hurt my feelings, honey?
No.
No. If anything, I would have a little bit of a respect for him, and I would say, ho, I'll be like, nice, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, gather the troops,
Dun,
you
dun,
know?
dun, dun.
Cover that hill, do this base, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the way I look at things, you guys. Like, never take anything personal. They're out there trying to do their thing, but guess what? You let somebody beat you, yeah. I mean, you let them beat you.
Yeah.
Period. You can't get your feelings hurt over that.
Nope.
You know?
No,
And if somebody says something that insults you, okay? All right? There's a little bit of truth to it. Period.
Because they feel insecure.
Well, let me give you an example, okay? So if I'm a bodybuilder and I'm shredded from head to toe, and some guy walks up and calls me a fat ass,
Yeah.
would I get upset about that?
No.
I would laugh about it because there's no truth to it.
Yeah.
You know? So if I'm a very, very intelligent and on point, and somebody walks up and calls me an idiot,
Yeah.
I would laugh at it because they're the idiot
Yeah.
for even saying that, right? Okay?
Yeah.
So bottom line is, if something offends you, there's a small point of truth to it. There's something inside of you, some insecurity inside of you that's allowing it to penetrate.
Yeah.
You're not
That's true.
confident in that arena. Now, I'm not talking about somebody comes up and says something malice about you, like to get their face kicked in or something.
Yeah.
That's a totally different story, you know?
Yeah.
We handle that when that comes along.
Yeah.
And especially if somebody gives you constructive criticism
Yeah.
and it hurts you, okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you, the bottom line is, most of the time, people's opinions don't matter.
No. Isn't there like some type of saying or something like that? Like you shouldn't... Something about like you shouldn't care what other people say about you because...
People's opinions of you are none of your business.
That's right. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. That's from Mike Toledo's mother herself. That woman passed along so much wisdom to her son. Little things. Mike's a lot deeper than you guys know.
He goes really deep.
Mike's got some depth. I'm trying to teach him how to show it a little bit more.
Like how I always thought that he really didn't like me, and then he said that he thought I really didn't like him. Remember?
Michael.
I was always like, I don't think Mike really likes me a lot.
I was like, yeah, right. Mike likes everybody.
And you're like, no, Angela, he really likes you. He does. And then next thing you know, he thought I didn't like him, and then I was just like, no, I thought like you didn't like me.
Actually, Mike gives everybody the benefit of the doubt until you become an asshole to him, and then he doesn't like you anymore, But the funny thing is, he can actually be won back over, and he's very good at forgiving. And that's some things that I admire about him.
Yeah. I'm more of like a one strike you're out. Maybe two. Maybe I'll give you two. It depends on like the history or something of that nature.
Well, in all honesty, that's the way I would say Mary is.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you guys, I don't know whether you know this at all, but Mary Mike's wife is very intelligent. She is very keen. I'm so lucky that she has a lot of respect for me. And the reason why she has respect for me is she sees what I do, for our companies.
Yeah.
She doesn't hear a lot of talk, okay? Because talk is cheap. We've heard that before, right?
Yes.
Action is where it's at.
Talk is cheap, motherfuckers.
1 ounce of action is worth a ton of theory. Period. Okay? So why the intellectuals out there thinking, we are fucking them up their dumb asses by making things happen, okay?
Yeah.
Because I really doubt, like, I don't know, like a lot of you guys would consider yourself like tea drinking.
Tea drinking?
Like, like little cups, tiny cups of tea. Like, could you see a lot of our listeners sitting there with like a book open time? And they're under like a lamp and like a, I don't know, I want to call it like a modern, nothing wrong with modern, but like they're in a modern like environment, but the lights are cut down low. They've got glasses on and they're sipping tea. They've got their legs crossed. I just can't see it like our listeners.
No.
And
our listeners got big bowls.
And that's what matters, right?
Yeah, like how you said like Donald Trump, he's got big bowls.
Hey, you know what? Give a fuck what you say about Donald Trump, and be honest with you, like, I don't really follow politics that deep, but the dude's got fucking nuts the size of watermelons.
I know he does.
And
that's what cracks me up.
He doesn't give a fuck.
No, that's what cracks me up about
And to
it.
be honest with you, he's like fucking with people's heads so hard.
Yeah, and he knows exactly what he's doing.
People are like fucking going insane over this dude.
Yeah. And he's sitting back having a good old giggle out of it.
Yeah, because he doesn't care.
No, he doesn't.
He does not give a shit what you think about him.
Nope.
And guess what? He probably thinks he's really handsome. And you know what? You're not going to be able to convince him he's not.
I know.
You can tell him he has orange hair, orange face, all that shit, and he's going to be like, fuck you.
He's like, I'm the baddest motherfucker there is.
And look at my girl, bitch. All right, And like,
I'm the president of the motherfucker.
Grabbed her by the pussy. Like, who cares? Fuck it. You know what I mean? You won't believe. I guarantee you, there was like a lot of women, specifically Shelly. She actually said that when we were out one night, that she didn't give a fuck that Donald Trump said that. Because to be honest with you, like, all these motherfuckers that are acting like they ain't never said anything bad in their life.
Yeah.
And if they were recorded on every front, like they're a multi-billionaire, people are fucking recording them and shit like that through their whole life, okay? That they haven't said anything that's incredible. I mean, Lord knows if I was president, they'd fucking pull all kinds of shit on me.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, I'd be like the Antichrist to the liberal bunch. We're gonna
die!
We're gonna die! I would just have to free all the guns. We're gonna set the guns free.
Yes, set them free.
Mm-hmm.
Set them free.
I like guns.
I like guns too.
They make me happy.
They make me happy.
They're pretty.
I like the way they make me feel inside.
Me too. Shooting them.
Yeah, that adrenaline that you get.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm a bad bitch.
Hey, you remember? Have you ever shot the Desert Eagle?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
I thought you may have.
No.
That fucking thing shoots out a flame like 10 feet long at nighttime.
Yeah, but that other one too, the Smith & Wesson 500.
Yeah, the Smith & Wesson 500. Double the powder of a Desert Eagle.
I have no idea. We just went into the gun store one day, and I was like, we need that, John. I was like, we need that into our collection. I was like, that is such a beautiful piece to talk about.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You got a criminal standing outside here. We got a solid wood door up front here, okay? We got a criminal standing outside there. We look at our peephole, and, they got a mask or they're doing something. I can shoot the motherfuckers through the door. Blow them right off my porch, clean into my yard.
Yeah.
And then drag them into my house and shoot them in their leg. They got in. That's what you do, right?
No, I think in Ohio, you're actually allowed to shoot them if they're on your property.
Ah, there you go.
You feel threatened.
You know what? In Texas, I hear that you're able to shoot them in the back if they're running away from your property, if you catch them.
Hey, they shouldn't have been on your property doing bad stuff.
That'll keep motherfuckers out of your yard.
Exactly.
And then you got the gay-ass states that somebody, like, breaks in your house and cuts themselves on a fucking knife and they can sue you. Who in the fucking right mind would a judge give somebody a lawsuit that broke in your house.
Some pansy motherfucker.
And cut theirself with a knife after they were fucking invading your property.
I know. I don't know.
What kind of fucking stupidity could ever constitute making that judgment?
I don't know. What state's that?
There's been, I cannot remember, but I've read plenty of articles of criminals breaking into homes and then injuring themselves and suing the homeowner.
Well, I'm glad that doesn't apply here in Ohio.
Yeah. I don't fuck around. There was one time some guy knocked at my door, and
Wait a minute. Was this when we lived in the other house?
Oh, we can tell that one. The guy who kept coming around trying to get our yard sprayed.
No, it was an AT&T guy that was coming around, and he
Yeah.
came one day, and John was not home, and I answered the door. Normally, like, I do not answer the door for anybody if I'm home alone. And I answered the door, and he was, like, going on this spiel, and I'm just like, listen, I do not make the decisions in this household. I was like, I leave them up to my husband. I was like, so you'll need to come back at, like, a different time. And I didn't think he was going to come back. He came back that evening.
No. He was being rude to you, though. You said that he was being rude to you over something.
Maybe he was being rude to
Yeah, there was something like he said he was being real pushy and real rude to you. As basically, and he was like, I told him to come back or whatever. And I was like, oh, shit.
And he came back.
I was like, I hope he does. So he comes back.
And I was like, John, he's at the door. And John, like,
yeah.
rips off his shirt. What gun did you stick
The Desert Eagle.
Yeah, in the front of your shorts.
I woke up, I'm like, yo, what's up, homie? Because I look straight like I came out of prison.
Yeah.
And dude, like, took one glance at me, head hit his feet, okay? Looked straight down, never looked me in the eyes after that. He was like, hey, man, information, I was like, yo, homie, why don't you come in and we talk about it? Yo, come on in. Yo, you will sit down and we'll talk about it. He's like, oh, no, man, I can't. It's against policies, company, man. I appreciate you coming by. It's like a flyer. Thanks, man. It's bye. Oh, man. That was like nightmare showing up there, right?
I know.
I was going to sit him down on my bed and be like, yo, man, I just got out the pen. I used to being this close to guys like this. Come on, sit down beside me, bro.
Something about his boo-boo.
There's many times I had to fight for my boo-boo. Ain't nobody know AT&T ever saved me.
Oh, my God. I know, you didn't even have your full beard at the time. But you're still scary looking.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah. Oh, dear Lord. Good times. Such good times.
Hey, on that note, we are 38 minutes into this, baby. Is there anything else you want to say?
Nah, not tonight. Maybe next time we'll go a little bit deeper with some other stuff.
Yeah, we've been sick. Fuck. We're lucky we're even here.
I'm sure everybody understands, though.
Yeah. So we still got a decent podcast here, though.
Yeah.
I'm looking at 38 minutes, yo.
It's fine with me. I hope everybody enjoys it.
All right, guys. We appreciate you.
And remember, it's all about the hustle.
And we'll see you on that next one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the king of the jungle when I can't be tamed. Take you all the way to the millennium reign. It's the return of the germ, it's that funky worm. Heated like the bottomless pit when it burn. Bro, my flow you cannot handle. I'm bumping and I'm humping like a camel on your radio channel. It's me.